Rarely do we think of where demons go after we are set free. I've told you that deliverance causes possession. Deliverance causes possession elsewhere. You remove a mountain from here, you cast it into the sea. So immediately after you set the land free from the mountain, you caused the sea to get possessed by the same mountain. You remove leprosy from Naaman, it has to land somewhere. Someone must get sick. Jesus says an evil spirit comes out and it goes to a dry place. So demons are coming from one place to another place. Whilst you are rejoicing and celebrating your freedom over here, there is an outcry somewhere. Something gets afflicted by the same affliction the moment you are set free. So we must always think of where the demon is going. If it goes out only by prayer and fasting, where does it go? If it only goes out by prayer and fasting, where does it go? It goes where prayer and fasting is not happening. By prayer and fasting that it comes out of a place. It is also by lack of prayer and lack of fasting that same spirit finds rest. It goes where prayer and fasting is not happening. Are you listening to me?
When the unclean spirit has gone out of a man,
It goes to
he walketh through dry places,
seeking
rest,
and
finding none.
And finding none,
He saith, I will return
unto
my house whence I came out.
All right. I'm answering questions that probably some of you might have had, but you never got a chance to ask. Why is it that it is whilst you are praying, it is whilst you are fasting, that you get to hear God's mind? Some that God called into ministry, got called into ministry by God whilst they were on a fast, seeking God's face, asking God for clarity concerning their occupation, their purpose. It was during a prayer, an intense prayer, and an intense fast that they then got to hear God talk. This is what makes us think that God is made to talk and speak by prayer and fasting. And we have held on to that belief for hundreds of years now, that prayer makes God do something. Yet we only realize what God is doing as we pray and fast. It's a realization of what God is already doing or God has done. He did it already and he entered into his Sabbath. He rested from all of his works. And it takes us thousands of years to realize what God did in 6 days. Thousands. And we think God is doing it now. We are only realizing it now because of prayer and fasting. So God calls you today, not because he's calling you today before you were formed in your mother's womb. He ordained you, he called you, he ordained you to be a prophet, and only to know now, probably after 20 years, that you were called by God, only to know now after 30 years that you were called by God into ministry, only to know now after 40 that you were called by God into ministry. But when you hear the calling, it's current. He is not calling you in the past, he's calling you in the now. So you hear God talking now. What it means is that prayer and fasting, they make you current. Prayer and fasting helps you live in the moment. They help you live in the moment. Something that I would like all of you people to understand today concerning fasting. It took me years to get to know this aspect in terms of fasting. Why should one fast? Why? Because we have several sermons, teachings that helped us understand that there is no enmity between the spirit man and the flesh, the body. The body is in fact an advantage. The body is not there to limit you in any way. The body is the only right that the spirit man has for the spirit to be active in the physical realm. The spirits are required to hide, to put on physical bodies for them to legally function on a realm that is physical. Spirits, it's a must. Once you're a spirit, you want to be effective in the physical realm, get a physical body. So that's the license that you require as a spirit. That's your identity, your ID that you produce. You have to present a body as a spirit before you function. So the body, being the license of the spirit, makes it necessary for the spirit to function. It is the license. It's not a disadvantage. It's an advantage for the spirit to find a body. Spirits are not permitted, according to spiritual laws, to express themselves well in the physical unless they do it via a physical body. So why then make that body fast? Why deprive the body of something that makes it a body? It's the food that you eat that makes you remain a body, stay a body, even become. You are losing part of your body every single day when you take a bath. There is a fraction of your body that you lose. Have you ever scrubbed yourself and you've seen pieces on the floor? That's you. But in the process of losing yourself, you must be gaining yourself as well. When you eat, you are adding to your flesh. And how does that disturb the spirit man? Why fast? Why am I even supposed to fast? Do you fast only because the spirit man is weak? Sometimes it works that way, because you are too weak in the spirit. So what you do is to weaken the stronger man, which is the flesh, so that the spirit man can then appear to be more strong and more powerful. Why? Because you have eliminated the reigning champion. So this one now becomes the current champion. So also, even if you are strong spiritually, you still have to fast. I'll give you those reasons. So the first thing that I want you to understand is, when you are fasting, this is what I said, I got to know about it later in my walk with God. When you fast, you are depriving your body of certain necessities, requirements. Your body wants to become more and more and more and more. Your body wants to become the majority shareholder in terms of decision making. And once the body becomes more than the spirit in terms of voting, it wins every time. Your body wins every time. It is the majority voter. The body will have the final say over every matter. But the body is not a problem. What is a problem to the spirit man is carnality. Carnality. What is carnality is when you every time execute the conclusions of the body, the final sayings of the body, the desires of the body, when it's always your body making the choices, usually those choices are considered as carnality. 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 Your body is not against your spirit. Neither is your spirit against your body. But where there is a conflict, it is between the spirit and carnality. Being carnally minded. Carnally minded. When you're carnally minded, your understanding of things, you see things carnally, you make conclusions based on carnal observations. As long as it impresses you carnally, you go for it. That's being carnal. But still, why am I supposed to say I'm fasting? Whilst you're fasting, this is something wrong that most of you people do. When you're fasting, what should really preoccupy your mind is not the finishing part. When you're fasting, and all that you're thinking of is what you're not eating, and when this is going to end. You're concerned about ending a fast. Do you know what is happening there? Ending a fast, then you desire to end a fast, then becomes your prayer. Your focus now is diverted from the reason for the fast. The reason. You had an agenda. The reason why you're praying and fasting, there is a matter before you that you want addressed. But that matter ceases to be your focus. Your focus now is on ending a fast. And you are thinking of what you are not eating at the time. Hear me? Because whilst you are on a prayer and on a fast, your mind has to focus on achieving the goal. Your focus is not on ending the fast. Your focus is on ending the matter. You want the matter. There is a situation that you want to end. You want it to end. It is the end not of a fast, but of a situation.